Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nusra and let's start with the charts. This is not a financial advice. Everything I'm showing is just based on my experience and I'm learning every day as well. So let's start and keep this video as short as possible. Again, this is not a financial advice, so nothing is there to be shown. Any position taken is based on the checklist or the criteria you have for yourself. I have my criteria. I've been explaining itself. Again, I take positions on the smaller time frames, so this doesn't really affect. We'll start with DXDY. We are having a bigger time frame volume imbalance, and we're rejecting it from the bigger time frame imbalance to bouncing it back and then bouncing from a smaller time frame imbalance in London session as well. The Asia session kind of dropped, but the London session is like manipulating maybe, but we need to see a confirmation drop from here. I am seeing two strong places of rejection, so it's going to go down, and there's a lot of liquidity down here as well. So for DXDY today, I am bearish. I am bearish for my peers as well, because it's going to have a strong drop on other pairs as well. Usually when DXY is dropping, the other pairs are rising, but I cannot see that rise on the pairs as well. So it is what it is. So let's see. Let's see that, okay, for a higher time frame, for yesterday, it is that so for higher time frame, we took PDA for the last daily, and we were in a very strong daily fair value gap. But for now, I am looking at liquidity to go down more than in upward direction. As long as we're having this standard deviation, I think that this is more approachable than going up to this, because so far we're having a bearish sentiment, although we are having a daily fair value gap right here which aligns with the 4-hour fair value gap as well, but still I am looking at this chart with more of a perception that it can go down. And with the anchor volume at my hand for almost 3 months, um, it has stuck in here, this liquidity area, and it's rejecting today from here. So this liquidity area is approachable. Again, if it approaches this, then it would be coming again in this fair value gap, and then these liquidities, the both equal lows, are very much approachable, very much, in the target area as well, which is marked on, the smaller time frames as well. So let's delete this, and I can see on 4-hour that we had a um, very nice fair value gap right here. I'm not going to mark this because I'm working on a smaller time frame. This fair value gap right here, I mark fair value gaps with the gray, and I mark order blocks with the blue, light blue. So you shall know. Well, I had a lot of volume here at this OB that this might get hit and this liquidation point. But yesterday closing, when yesterday it closed here and it came up, the PDRA right here, the fair value gap was approachable. So, and the volume kind of dropped to this area. Yesterday it was a high peak right here. So my point of interest was this order block and this liquidation area. But today, as the volume dropped and it was more like here, and it swept this recent high, like the recent liquidity within the PDRA, I would say, or Justin would say as well. So it's more like it's going downwards, and from the rejection of PDRA, it also formed a rejection area at 1 hour as well. I'm sorry if my screen gets stuck a little. Let's just see it without this, that the Asia from that the price action was not able to close above this high. So it means that the buyers are there, but they're not strong enough, and the sellers are more in control. And it gave me first bearish first bearish fair value gap and was respected in Asia session. Then the London session took the highs as well. I have my indicator right here as well. The Monday range is taken as well by today's range. Last 2 days liquidity is also taken, and it's all within the PDRA. So all these confluences are going to side that it's going to go bearish, and it also is shown by the London session as well. So what I am looking today more is that the Asia session high is taken, the London has closed below the Asia lows, and now I'm looking for entry for today. It's it is what is actually I was looking for. That is that this is protected high, and if you see it overall, you'll be like, we're very bullish, and it's it's going up and it's all that. But in overall, if you see that, is that we are making lower highs, lower lows, and then lower high, lower lows. This is kind of a lower high because it just swept the liquidity, and now it's trying to make a new lower low. And with the volume on hand, it's showing that it's not. Just a minute. It's showing that this is a lot of volume area, and if this gets broken and the sellers are actually in much control, then this would be broken till this point. These equal lows are more vulnerable. So we're kind of in a bearish trend for the last 4 days, and even though we had a move up, but it's not respecting that much. How can I say that? It's that this fair value gap right here is a 4-hour fair value gap based on an inverse fair value gap as well on a bearish side. The bearish fair value gap got disrespected. I was expecting it to close above this point. I was expecting it to close above this point, and this was my game plan last night. That I was waiting for it that Asia session might be up here, and then it would close above this, but it didn't close above this and respected these PDRAs. So this PDRA is not respected on the smaller time frames as well. Even though the 4-hour is still here, but the 1-hour is the 4-hour PDRA aligned with the 1-hour PDRA right here, and it then got respected. It just ran through and is now an inverse fair value gap for me as well. I'm not going to take a trade before the New York session, so I'm still waiting for it to come back here till the OB and not get my orders trapped right here. And moreover, if I use the profile, this whole range, this whole range has its point of interest or point of highest volume is lower than the fair value gap. So it maybe sound like this is a small trade taken here, but I'm still very bearish, knowing that my things are aligning, and on the higher time frame, it sounds bearish, right? It is bearish, it just doesn't sound bearish. So for now, I am not going to trap any orders right here. This is a fair value gap, and this is an order block I found in 15 minutes with the high volume range as well. This high is still a little. I don't want this high to be taken because it's already taken all its liquidity from all these highs. So I've placed my stop loss right here. When the price comes back here, I will be taking entries on the 5-minute again with the forever model from Justin Wheeler. So this is what I have for gold. It's a very sorry, I didn't had my drawings on, but you get the point. So this is what I'm looking for gold today. I'm looking to take a short in New York session because London just did it. London manipulated and it's stuck here. And as long as my 5 to 515 candle is having a hard reversal or a sharp reversal turn from here, I'll just take my position and keep my stop loss here. I risk 0.5 to 0.8%, and then this would give me almost 5-hour trade. So let's move on to EURUSD. As very similar pattern, very similar things. They are going very bearish. For overall, the candles are closing below. This is a strong bearish candle. This candle took the 0.25% or 0.5%, I would say, that of previous candle. So it took the 0.75, 0.5, and it's trying, if it closes below, then it would be certainly going down to more volume area. So I'm using two volume profiles, an anchored and a simple volume profile, just to not confuse, but I'm trying to get an area where I can get attention. This was a bearish candle, this is a bearish candle, and the orders are stuck on this order block, right? So what I'm expecting is that my entry is at the POC of this volume area of all these 3 days, the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So even though the Tuesday is like, we saw that it took liquidity here, but when I see the anchored volume, I see that it's kind of a stuck in between, and I want this to be taken. Well, on the smaller time frames, I see that there is a daily fair value gap it left, and it also has a closing below. So if forms lower lows, it's closing below the lower lows, and this point is my interested point. So I'm looking for shorts. I'm looking for shorts from this consolidation area. This is the POC I'm looking for. This is the peak volume area, both by the consolidations and by the volume range of months. Actually, it's for 2 months actually. So they're both coinciding with each other, and I am looking to take a short from here till here. This fair value gap is where I want it to approach, rather than considering it that okay, daily is this and it just took its low, but this low is also there. It's overall bullish, but for today, I'm looking for a short here in we're also having a new FMC minutes, so those confirm that I was short. I don't see news, but I see news. So I think the meeting is long enough. I'm looking to short from above the order block, which is like not highly recommended, but it's a volume area and it will be get tapped. So why not take it? They also swept liquidity today in Asia session from the last previous day high, and then it dropped, and then it dropped yesterday, and then it took the daily, and then it went up, but it was not up to be closing above this order block. So it's more like in confirmation, this order block has been tapped. If you're looking for more entries, I am looking that, yes, I was looking for it to close below this, and now I can be more sure that this area with an OTE, I would be looking something around here. I would be looking around something, a reversal or something around here. And I would be targeting the daily fair value gap. More like this low might be fine, or daily fair value gap is also fine. So I'll be looking at a 5 RR here, but this would be much more than a 5 RR, because I will be looking for a reversal pattern right here. And sorry for the drawing. Actually, it's more like this. So I will be looking for a reversal pattern and then taking entry and keeping my stop loss very tight. It's a 16 pip stop loss, and I keep it tight to 6 to 9. So that's it. And then this is just a perception of what I'm looking for today. And this is exactly what I needed. The sessions here also confirm that the Asia has Asia range, and it's the manipulation. Now it's distribution. We're going to have an entry, an optimal entry from the discount region. There's no point. There's a reverse fair value gap here as well. So you see things when you mark them out, but I would be taking entry at the 0.62 area region, because 0.79 has some volume as well. And also this needs to have a proper market structure shift, because the volume in this trend liquidity trend line is going to be swapped in just a week if it's a news event. But still, uh, I would still say that let's have a proper market structure shift, and this whole area is valid. So this is what I'm going to look for, and that's it for today. Just the two pairs, and I worked really on them. So just looking for these. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, or if you think I am not having the right bias, market is open. Everyone can see their points. Everyone have their own confluences, and it's a two-way direction market, up or down. So if it took the sell side liquidity, it took the buy side liquidity, now it's going to take the sell side liquidity again. So the confirmation, I missed the trade here. I'm not usually trading in the London session, but again, market is having its move in London session, post New York sessions, Asia session. So it's not my trading time, but I'm trying to adjust as well. So if you have any questions, you can ask below. or you can DM. Thank you so much.